That's the thing. There's an alternative media that's sprung up on the internet, and obviously, some of it is crackpots, but there's quite a lot of intelligent people who study the trends of the world and things, and it's really more about anti-politics than politics. Because when people say, "Oh, what's your political opinion?" people are looking for liberal, conservative.
Yeah.
But really, if you study it enough, you see through this sort of paradigm, this sort of left and right thing.
Yeah.
That you see it's far more about other things, power and.
Yeah, when I've written things that were political, it was more my belief, not just in a political point of view, but also in the sort of the nature of humanity.
That's it. I mean, it's more kind of observational, societal rather than political. Yeah. Can you think of any lyrics, or can you think of any songs?
Yeah, I mean, one is Child of War. When I write a song, I'm not trying to state explicitly like what my opinion or my stance is, but more try to elicit thoughts or ideas or questions.
Yeah, because Chisara was saying she wrote a song that had a proxy war in the lyrics, and a couple of people were saying, "What's a proxy war?" Like a lot of people don't even know what it is. And so she said it's good if you put something in there that actually people may not even know what the word means, or may not know what the concept means. Like, if you write a song with the military-industrial complex, that's kind of a little bit of a buzzword in alternative media, but a lot of people in the mainstream don't even know what it means. It's basically the business of war. That's the idea.
It's funny, you had Eisenhower actually warned about the
exactly
coming of the military-industrial
right
complex.
at the end of his closing speech, yeah.
And he was a bit of a warmonger himself.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Among alternative media, they always pull out that clip of him saying, "We must warn against a military-industrial complex." But then, like you said, if you listen to the rest of the speech, it's very out of context. It's almost as if he thought, "Well, I've got 2 minutes left, I'll warn." But I think it's more likely, as you said, he's quite militarist. I don't even know why he said that.
I think probably that it was a point in time when technology was changing, and that it was becoming more of... I think countries always, in a sense, if they're not in the war itself, do benefit from wars in other countries.
Yeah.
People know pretty well that the U.S. tends to benefit from wars. I mean, these days it's actually corporations and not the American people that really benefit from the present wars that are occurring right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, even during the Civil War, the French and the English actually profited a good amount, like during the American Civil War itself.
Yeah, because you got banks which have been proved to funding both sides of wars and everything.
Right, but I mean, profit has always been a part of war, I'd say, more or less. Or the entire idea of war is for profit or for gain. But I think in terms of the mechanism and the process that was changing into something like new, I think you probably saw the possible future of it and like what it was turning into.
Well, I think the difference is in the early wars, like tribal wars, the gain was direct. The gain was to the people that were actually killing the others,
Yeah.
Now what it is, you've got obviously the whole point of a corporation is that the people that run it are not the same people that own it. It's run by other people for shareholders. And what you've got now is the people that are benefiting the most from war are nothing to do with the war themselves. To their credit, at least kings in the past were actually out fighting.
Yeah, for the most. Well, yeah. To a certain point.
Yeah, to a certain point. But you've probably seen, I can't remember which Michael Moore film it was. It might have been Fahrenheit 9/11 actually. And he's outside Congress, and as congressmen are coming out for their lunch, he says, "Would you ever send your child to a war?" And they all look at him like he's mental.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? We're miles away from it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point in time where I thought actually it should be required that if you're like a senator, you have to have a child.
That's been mentioned by quite a few people. Yeah. Well, have you ever heard the TV show Blackadder? It was in English. You ever seen that? Blackadder.
No.
It was a historical comedy, and they had different series, and the last one was the First World War. What are the lines I never forget? They're just about to go over the top, they're about to break through and advance towards the Germans. And they've got this mad general, he's a typical kind of upper crust, out of touch general. And he says, "Don't worry, you know that we're behind you." And then the Captain Blackadder says, "Yes, 30 or 40 miles behind us."
Yeah.
Like miles away, nowhere near the action at all, just sort of sitting in a room. And they have all these scenes, which are, again, they're done for comedy, but they've got these toy soldiers, and you've got the field marshal with a dustpan and brush sweeping up these soldiers, meaning these are the casualties we expect to lose. And, just treating people like toy soldiers. I'll just sweep them up,
Yeah, there's a point where humans and human lives do just become statistics.
Yeah. Where's the other thing? What's the quote? Kill one person, you become a murderer. Yeah. Kill 10 people, you're a multi-murderer. Kill 100,000, you're a hero. That kind of thing.
Yeah. So
that wasn't the correct quote, but that was the same. That was the idea.
Teach a man how to. Never mind.
Should we go back to your song? So we've gotten a bit of a tangent. So your song's called Child of War. Is that the one you're going to play at the end?
Yeah, I'll play that.
Okay, we'll talk about it now and then you can play it later. Have you got any... Could you recite a couple of lyrics to us? Could you do that?
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Just from the start. Truth be told, I'm a child of war. For many moons my fathers pillaged the hordes. They squeezed the earth to fill their growing lust. Then lick their fingers clean of all that sweet red shame. Would you put me down to my place under the ground? Take me out without a sound when you see there's a killer in me. No matter how hard I try, despite the feelings I find, I know there's a killer in me.
Very nice.
So, then it goes on from there. Which is sort of just talking about the nature of humanity, which the chorus there is sort of talking about the whole... Is that to actually kill a killer? Is that you actually a killer? You must be.
Have you ever read any books about military training? What they go through during the training?
A little bit. I mean, I studied some military theory, like Clausewitz. It's part of my international affairs study.
What kind of thing was it? What did they say about the training?
With the training?
How do you turn people into killers? Is it just relentless? Are you tapping into something that's already there, you reckon?
I think it's conditioning. I think it's this strange thing that might sound disturbing. It's just like you can train and you condition animals, you can train and condition humans because we are animals as well.
Yes. Well, of course, one of the best films of that was Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
And they really showed, as you said, it's just relentless conditioning and it's really brutal as well. And it's turning people into killers. Yeah. Have you seen that film?
No, I have. Actually.
Like
it's one of my favorite films. Kubrick is one of my favorite directors.
Oh, me too.
But I think in Full Metal Jacket, which relates to the song Child of War, is the duality of humanity. It ultimately I think a theme that Kubrick shows in some of his movies and something that I try to suggest in my song is that there is a dark side to humanity and there's a dark side to every individual. That instead of trying to think we're the good people, if the bad people, I'm a good person or I'm a bad person, so you have to see the dark side that's inside of yourself in order to actually control it and move on.
So you think maybe everyone could be a killer, and if everyone had no choice to be put into a war situation, they could kill?
Yeah, I think we are sort of... You have to put people into that situation. To say every single person is a killer, it's hard to say, but... I think given the right situations, I think their instincts will act up, and I think people will kill if they have to. I think people have children. I don't have children myself, but I think somebody taking your child or threatening to kill your child, that will definitely allow you to kill. Which it's for a good reason if someone's trying to kill your child. Yeah. But it's still, you can't. Killing is killing, no matter what the reason is for. And so even if you killed for a good cause, you still are a killer.
You are a killer, yeah, basically, yeah. I'm going to misquote Kubrick again, but one of his famous quotes was stay away from power. He said, what he meant was be very wary of powerful people. Yeah. Even if you think below the surface they may be a good person, he said, don't go anywhere near power, it's dangerous, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So when somebody asked me if I liked Obama, and my response was he's a politician. So that's my general feeling, is you shouldn't really treat any politician as like a celebrity, which I think is the tendency that you find, at least in the States. Yeah. Is that, because for me, my opinion is that at least the structure in the United States, which I have another song called Right Gun, which sort of talks about how it's a structure of
power. No, talk about that, yeah, no. I want to know about that, yeah.
Is that, it's sort of trying to suggest that in the song's called Right Gun, and ultimately it's talking about how people, in a sense, are used as weapons against themselves. Is that through the media we're sort of manipulated into believing one thing or another. Okay. Because I write the songs because I feel like they express it better than I can.